again, it's a great opportunity for me and a great honor for me to introduce our speaker for this morning, who will help us kick off our 2014 design and construction season. You all know him. He's the mayor of what I consider the greatest city in the world. Folks, please join me in welcoming Mayor Rahm Emanuel.
But I do want to compliment you. It's the first time ever in 3 years of being mayor that somebody was strategic enough to have their meeting where I work out. So I want to thank you. It's made the pressure of getting from there to there all that much easier. But it's just a set of stairs. And there's no way I could say, I can't make it. That's planning, man. I'm busy, because you all know I work out every day, so I do think that. I want to say a couple things, and I know it's a kickoff for your season. I want you to know from my perspective, infrastructure, my staff will tell you, infrastructure investment in building a new Chicago is a 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year job for me. And we have launched a number of initiatives at the water department, at roads, and what we're doing on paving, schools, community colleges. I'll go through all of them. But basically, what you're looking at is close to a little over $11 to $12 billion in the 4 years we're doing. Water alone is about $4.8 billion in the decade. We're replacing 900 miles of water pipe, everything that's 100 years or older. 670 miles of sewer pipe will either be rebuilt or relined, 160,000 catch basins, 2 of the largest water filtration plants in the entire world, which are both here in the city of Chicago, rebuilt, and all 12 pumping stations will be also in some way or another physically upgraded. That is just the water department. In addition to the water department, at CTA, we are now doing about $4.9 billion of work. You know about Red Line South, which is now done. We're beginning the study phases for Red Line North. We're rebuilding the 95th Street station. We're rebuilding Washington Wabash station to a mega station, the new Gateway station. Wilson station. Just those 3, nothing else. Each of them are $245 million. Just 3 stations, not counting the track. We're rebuilding the Blue Line, taking 10 minutes off the rail, and every station in one way or another will either be rehabbed or totally rebuilt on the Blue Line. That is, on its own, $495 million project. About 1,200 workers. And they're doing them in segments over the next 3 years. In addition, there are other stations throughout the system of the CTA that are also being, like Cermet's under construction right now. At PBC, Public Building Commission, and Aaron is also here, we are working on a series of school additions and totally new school buildings, I think a total in about 7 or 8 over the next year and a half. There's 2 community colleges, one at Olive Harvey and Malcolm X, totally being rebuilt. So, and then in addition to that, at the roads on transportation, by way of reference, in 2011, we repaved 175 miles. This year, we're going to do 350 miles of new pavement throughout the city of Chicago. That's the good news. The bad news is it's less than 10% of the roads in the city of Chicago. There's 4,000 miles. At the end of this cycle, we'll be at a little shy of 1,200 miles of new roads that have been built in just repaved just in the last 3 years. So there's no shortage of work, at least in my perspective. It's not, as you said, another season. But whether it's our public transportation, whether it's work through the Public Building Commission and our libraries, our parks, I actually left our parks out. There's about 250 acres of new parks that are being built in new buildings. And every playground in the city of Chicago, every playground, all 350 of them, are being totally rebuilt over the next 3 years. This year alone, 89 of them. And I know you don't feed a full family just on building one park, but 89 playgrounds throughout the city of Chicago. Not counting what we're doing at Maggie Daley, Norley Island, Bloomingdale Trail, Rose Hill, Silatex, Theater on the Lake, and other initiatives that we have throughout the city of Chicago. So when I say rebuilding Chicago, whether it's streetlights to the piping below, we are actually rebuilding our work. And we actually now have an accounting system that I instituted at the Public Building Commission. We just used to do our construction to measure where we were on minority women-owned businesses. We now, for the first time, this will be the second year in a row, we measure where we are in the professional services. While that's not the main focus here, but architects, engineering, legal, financial, IT, for the first time now, also gets measured on where we are in minority and women-owned business work. It only used to be on the construction side. And you can't make progress if you can't measure what you're doing. You can't see where we're going. And I'm doing this by memory, and I really gotta say the last week has been a hairy week on getting this pension done. But if I'm not mistaken, our work at PDC in the minority women-owned area, 40% of it has gone from Hispanic businesses. Did I have that right? I knew that. I was testing Aaron. 40 in, what did you say? 40 in construction, 70 in professional services in the minority women-owned business area. So at every aspect, I see what this organization as a key part of what we're trying to do in the city. And I welcome, and I know this is a kickoff for you, but I want you to know that over at our administration and the respective departments, whether that's at procurement, public building department, what we're doing at CTA, at every effort, we have an effort to what I call rebuild the new Chicago. Because you cannot have a 21st century economy and a 21st century city sitting on a 20th century foundation. It just won't move at the pace you need to move. And for all those that may be involved in IT work, there's other stuff we're doing both on 4G, broadband, and wireless capacity throughout the city at our parks. You've probably seen some of it, that we're going to be continuing to do research on and work on, because I want to make sure that, by way of example, we're now in the process at CTA to be the first public transportation system to go 4G system-wide. I think that's an essential aspect for the city, not counting what we're doing in our parks and other major public institutions. Now, I have to apologize, I have to run because the way my office schedules, I have my second breakfast. And but I do what I want to do is at another time, come back and let's do, since you now know where I work out and I can't get away, is I would like to do a time where we can do some questions and answers on what we're working on. Okay?
We'll be here for another breakfast in another.
Okay, so we will do it then. Sorry about that, but thank you very much.